Yo, this is Dre from DopeAnimeMind. So today this is more so of a discussion, kind of a rant if you think about it, depending on your views on what I say, kind of regarding the latest Naruto manga, chapter 665. And the focus of this discussion slash rant is gonna be Obito. And not the way you think. See, a lot of people dislike Obito. All I see because I watch a lot of other reviewers, a lot of reviews. Everybody, almost everybody, the reviewers as well, are saying, get Obito out of here. Just kill him already. Like, whoa. Honestly, I don't hate Obito. I do not hate Obito because I understand that guy. I'm gonna break it down in like sections as to uh why I don't think Obito was a bad villain. Well, why I do think he was a bad villain, why it's justified. Obito was a bad villain. I do agree with that. And I think I know why Kishimoto made him like that. And um I'm gonna talk about the chapter 665. Well, I'm gonna make a review about that. But I'm also gonna talk about why I think what happened in this manga chapter was really prevalent and why I think it was needed and not just stalling talking no jutsu like a lot of other people think. So, all right, the thing starts off with I'm gonna start from the beginning. I'm gonna start from the chapter. Obito asks Madara, who am I to you? And I think that is a really good question. A really good question. Because Madara basically brainwashed him, knowingly made him see things that would basically break his psyche to go towards doing Madara's will and show that Madara's way was the right way and what needed to be done. So from this whole time, because Madara's saying, "You're Madara, you're me," and I'm like, "No, no, he's Obito. You're Madara. It's only one of you." Because I mean, look at all you've done in these past chapters. But no, I get what he's saying, but it's not true. Obito's not Madara. Nobody else is Madara. Honestly, nobody is Madara. Right at this point, right now, nobody is Madara. Nobody on the battlefield, nobody back in the villages is Madara. Madara Uchiha is himself. Because the way I look at it, you see, even Sasuke is justified, honestly. So is Obito. I'm gonna start by saying that Obito was a bad villain because Obito was not a villain. See, in life, I'm gonna use the a situation of a gang member. Not everybody is meant to be a gang member. They can be, they can try to be. People can talk them into trying to be it, but they won't be a good one if you're just not about that life. You can't be good at it. I mean, you can use your skills to kind of be better, but if you're not about that life, you're always gonna have problems with it unless you've done it for like a bazillion years. You're always gonna have problems with it. Your subconscious is not gonna like it. Like deep down, who you really are is gonna surface at times, and it's gonna show who you really are and what you're meant to be. And Obito was not meant to be a villain because Obito was a kind-hearted kid. He helped old people just out of doing it. He was late to a lot of things because he helped old people do stuff. He helped people. He was a good kid. He cared about his comrades. He was very strong-hearted. He wanted to be Hokage. He was Naruto basically. which is another reason why Obito does so much talk no jutsu. Obito is Naruto. Naruto's way of beating a lot of people is talk no jutsu. Because, oh man, there's so much I can say about this that leads to other factors of Naruto. I'll try to hold off on some of them to save for like later discussions and things, but there's so many things that tie back into this. So, like, excuse me. So, where was I? Oh yeah, Obito wasn't a good villain because he's not a villain to begin with. He was brainwashed by Madara based on the things he saw, and based on the things that Madara told him about the world. Until then, Obito was a kid who he just thought he died. He didn't die, and eagerly, Obito, being who he is, eagerly as quickly as possible, wanted to train, and not after after a war, people are like, oh no, I'm not going back. Never. Nope. Obito almost died. He thought he was dead. He severe. I mean, he endured severe pain, seemingly. I mean, I don't really know because when it was revealed that what happened, he didn't seem like he was in much pain really. I don't know. Maybe he's like super tough or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, he endured all that. He like his face is like messed up permanently. And his first thought is not to sit it out, wait to heal. Nope. The first thing Obito does, wants to do at least, is go back to the village and find Kakashi and Rin to help him. That's a villain. That's not a villain. That's Naruto. That's freaking Narbito. They're the same person, and I really like how that was brought out by uh, Kishimoto. Wait, yeah, Kishimoto. I'm sorry. I think I said Oda earlier. I just did a One Piece review and I'm kind of messed up. I'm not sure if I did, but still. Yeah, so if you think about it, he's not going to be a good villain because he's not meant to be in his heart. And that's really good writing by Kishimoto to put such human uh, qualities into a character. Even like to put that much depth into him and character, not even development, but character basis. Like, because we haven't seen Obito for like a long period of time, so there's not much development to be had besides him figuring out who he is, which he later does in the manga. So his character base as an adult is pretty good. And that comes to another point as to why he has so much talk no jutsu. Obito, his subconscious, is fighting with the idea that he's supposed to be this hardened, uh, basically murderer ninja he's a rogue ninja who's trying to get this peace that's not really peace at all. Madara, his infinite Tsukuyomi plan is not peace. It's just he'll be a god among mindless zombies, basically. And I'm gonna touch on that later on in this discussion. So Obito's fighting with himself mentally, emotionally, and basically when that happens, you're gonna outwardly portray it. That's why he fully didn't um just go straight in to destroy everything because he had the power to. He could have went straight in and destroyed everything, but he didn't because he was internally fighting. That's why he let a few of Naruto's words sink into his mind and he didn't just like destroy him on the spot because he knew deep down in his subconscious that maybe I'm not supposed to be this. which is why he asked Madara the question later on, who am I to you? And apparently to Madara, he's just a tool to get his purpose done, to get the job done. And that's another point I want to bring out. Madara is BS. Plain and simple. Because if you think about it, Madara is a cause of a lot of hatred and suffering. He's the cause of this war, duly put. So his want for peace is a paradox, because even further back in the flashback that hold on, sorry. Yeah, even further back in the flashback that Hashirama had, Madara turned down the Hokage seat. He even turned down being the second Hokage for Tobirama, simply because nobody else would want him to be the Hokage. But if you think about it, at the beginning of the series, Naruto was probably Naruto. I'm gonna say Naruto and Gaara. You know what? I'm gonna go as far as to say a good amount of Jinchuriki. Naruto, B. We know Gaara. That might be all. But yeah, them being the Jinchuriki, the hatred from people was focused onto them. Not because of them, but because of the tailed beast they had inside them and what they had done. So people hated them. Certain people hated them. Even B's best friend at some point hated him. But the mind state that they had, and well, Gaara had to develop eventually, but the mind state Naruto and B had, and Gaara developed eventually, was that no matter how much people dislike me, and it seems B and Gaara didn't even really have that mindset. I know Naruto did, but they were themselves. And because B, he was completely oblivious to the fact that his friend, he had even tried to kill him. He hated him because the Eight Tails killed his parents. So he hated B. And B was completely oblivious to the fact. And because he was just B, he was Killer B. He's a fun-loving rapper guy who everybody like, who people can't help but like, just like Gaara and Naruto eventually. Well, Naruto and Gaara eventually. In Gaara's case, after, which is another thing, after fighting Naruto, coming to realize his reason for life and for living, and coming to grips with himself and what happened in his past, he got some really big character development. And we see, like, in Shippuden, I think it was the first episode, Gaara is the Kazakage, and people love him. As we can see when he fights Deidara, people love Gaara. People risk their lives for him. Shio gave her life to save Gaara from death. So people love them. They can't help but do it because they've come to grips with who they are. And the only people that will hate you, I heard this said before, the only people that will hate you are people who truly hate themselves. And those people have no, They have some power, but to some extent, if you don't give them any power, then what they say and what they think will hardly have any real effect. So that's true in some cases, in most cases. So and Naruto is a prime example. People went from hating him and shunning him to saying he's a loser, counting him out, to Naruto being the hero of the world, basically, especially the hero of the leaf. He saved the leaf countless times. So, well, not countless times, but Naruto has done a lot, and he saved the leaf from total annihilation by pain. Nagato, whatever you want to, from the Akatsuki. I don't, whatever. So, and people love Naruto, Gaara, Killer Bee. So, Madara's choice at that moment, and from what it said, and how uh, he used Izuna's eyes, they weren't for peace. And Madara's whole viewpoint, that wasn't for peace. Because if he truly wanted peace, just as Hashirama did, when he united the Uchiha, don't you think some of the Uchiha were gonna hate Hashirama and Tobirama? Madara could have overcame that, but it was his choice not to, and to always be sneaky somewhat. Well, not sneaky, but suspicious and paranoid. Which, I mean, it's reasonable to be a little paranoid because Tobirama is freaking hateful. But um, he could have overcame that just as Naruto did, just as Gaara did, just as Killer Bee did. So that's BS, is him really wanting peace. I'm not exactly sure about his true goals, but it seems like he's using this whole peace scheme to get. To me, it seems power is what he really wants because he has power now. And Izuna's death possibly could have been avoided if you really think about it, because he didn't die the day that they fought. That their fathers and their brothers fought. I'm not sure if Hashirama and Madara actually went along with that, but it could have been avoided. Madara just seems like he's on BS right now to me. That's another reason why Obito is. I really like him, and I like what he's about to do. What it seems I don't. What it seems like he's about to do. Sorry, is redeem itself. I noticed that too. He looked at Naruto and Sakura, and he envisioned Rin. That's another thing I want to talk about. I keep branching off, sorry, but I really want to talk about this part and how you're like, oh, everybody's all, oh, Rin, get over it. Rin died, whatever. Okay, it happens in the ninja world, but it's a lot of factors that go into his love for Rin. Not only did he simply love her, but you got to think of the ninja world as a world where um there is close calls, close encounters to death every day. And the people who are in your immediate squad become closer to you because in death, when you're close to death every day, the people who are your family and friends, who they don't know when you one day you can just like not come back because you've been killed. So the bonds are should be a lot stronger in that aspect. And Ren is a medical ninja. So especially during the war, especially during the war, she's probably saved Obito and healed him countless times, even before the war, on regular missions. Because we can see that this wasn't their first time having a death, a scenario of life or death during that war. But also, um, what was I gonna say? Also, Ren showed them. It seemed like she showed the most sympathy and compassion towards Obito. Because she even told him, become a cool Hokage. She believed in him. Which, honestly, is a lot more than Sakura has done for Naruto. Honestly, I'm just saying. She believed in him. Which, when somebody believes in you, that's big. When nobody else does, and everybody's saying you're a failure, you're a screw up. When somebody close to your age and somebody who you really care about believes in you, that's really strong. So it really makes me feel for him. Like, that's enough to make somebody go over the deep end when they lose somebody like that and they can't get them back. Well, seemingly they can, but they truly know. I think Obito deep down knew that the infinite Tsukuyomi wasn't gonna bring Ren back. So that's a big part as to why I don't hate Obito and I don't want to see him. I mean, eventually I do, because I don't believe he can be forgiven for his crimes, because yeah, he was brainwashed, but he still did it. He caused a lot of things due to Madara, but it was his part too. So I don't see him just going to jail or prison or anything or being forgiven. So I think Kishimoto will have to factor in his death at some point, which I think it will. Well, I'm not gonna say. I'll say it in my review, but yeah. So basically, that's summing it up. Yeah, that's basically summing it up. Because at this point, Obito has come to grips with who he really is. He's Obito. He's come to grips with everything that's happened, everything he's done, and he's back to being Obito, which I do not think at all is a bad thing, because this is who he's meant to be. He was Naruto before Naruto was Naruto. I think if Obito had gotten out of that jam a lot earlier, and Madara didn't have the power over him that he did, I think Obito would have been Naruto. What Naruto is right now. I just think that. So basically, what I can see happening, I'll tell you in the review what I can see happening as far as the chapter and what's going on right now. I don't think this was stalling. I think this was good talk no jutsu. I think it was, hand seals, Obito slash Kishimoto, infinite talk no jutsu, good style. It was pretty good, in my opinion, from what I thought, from what I get from this whole situation. So I do not hate Obito. I don't hate his character, and I think he's justified in what's going on right now. So that was the discussion. If you like it, rate it, tell me what you thought of it, add your comments, your thoughts. I want to hear from you. Uh, subscribe if you like it. Please subscribe. I just want a few subscribers, really. Who doesn't? I do. So this is Dre from DopeAnimeMind. Catch you later, and thank you.